Hello and welcome to the Week 7 edition of the Monster Pod. Matt Brown, Steven Anders, alongside Ryan Noonan of 4for4.com. Philadelphia Eagles on the road at the New York Football Giants. It is 3 in favor of the Eagles. This could be going to 3.5. And as I say that, one book flashes, 3.5 just showed up in favor of the Eagles. 42.5 is our total. Malik Neighbors did finally pass concussion protocol, so he at least will be out there for the Giants in this one. Steven, as you know, very high on the Eagles coming into this season. Eagles have tried every which way but loose to make me jump off of the bandwagon. Sirianni, I think, is a fake sharp, and I think he's proven now that he's a fake sharp. So I don't want to lay a field goal on the road or more than a field goal on the road with the Eagles. I think I'm just going to sit back and watch this one. What are you going to do?
I think the Philadelphia Eagles nonsense this week is the most overblown, over-talked about, overreaction in the betting market. I really do. And I guess I'm going to go down with the Sirianni shit because I'm getting a discount on Philadelphia now against a New York Giants offense that has just lost its left tackle and was like watching fingernails scrape a chalkboard trying to see them find the end zone against the Cincinnati Bengals defense. Like, it was so hard to watch that Dable just said, F it, I'm going for every fourth down because it's the only chance I have. So I am in on the Eagles at a cheaper price here. And I actually think that the reactions from the Cleveland Browns game are also a little overblown. There was a play in that game that swung the final score 10 points, a blocked field goal returned for a touchdown. If we look at this game in its totality, other than that one play in the final score, the Eagles had 6 yards per play in that game. Jalen Hurts had 10 yards per attempt. They did not turn the ball over. What the hell is everybody so upset about here? Like, I don't get it. Like, maybe there's still friction in the locker room. Sirianni is certainly a bonehead for yelling at fans and having to apologize for it. I get that. But if we're actually looking at these teams and what they present, I still think this is a discount on the Eagles. My only concern would be Jordan Mailata not playing at left tackle for the Birds. That's certainly a concern against this Giants defense that's been maybe the most underrated unit in the entire NFL.
Defensive line for sure. No one talks about this defensive line, and that defensive
really
line, yeah, it's really good.
But also, it looks like Dexter Lawrence and Brian Burns are coming into this game at least not 100%. Mm-hmm. They said they're going to play, but they're both back-to-back DNPs on top of already not having Kayvon Thibodeau. So I know Malik Neighbors is coming back, but Daniel Jones can't fully exploit him. In the weeks they've had Malik Neighbors, the Giants are 22nd by EPA. In the weeks they haven't had Malik Neighbors, they're 22nd by EPA. They're just getting whatever Brian Dable schemes up. Jones has a 0 completion percentage over expected, which is just poetry because he's just getting whatever Brian Dable trots out there. This line has come down to a key number of 3, and I will happily take it with the Philadelphia Eagles and go down with this ship this week, I guess.
I want you to be right because, as you know, I have a lot of money invested in this Philadelphia Eagles team. So I hope you are correct in this one. Ryan, where do you fall on not just this game, but just this Eagles team in general?
I think Steven's general thesis there is correct. It's twice in the show. So,
I know,
man.
I mean, this is like
you can come back anytime, Ryan.
Steven's leaving this show, and he's just like, you know what? I'm gonna go buy myself something special today. Like, this was a good show for me.
Early purchase.
I'm gonna start a betting syndicate after this podcast.
Get that Steven or that Sam Darnold jersey early. You've earned it. I want to know about the status of the defensive line. I want Brian Burns active. I want Dexter Lawrence active because at the same time, I think 3.5 on the Giants would be of interest to me. Not a strong stance, but that would probably be the side for me. I think the Jordan Mailata injury is pretty massive. Brian Burns, tough critics first couple of games of the season where he was kind of quiet in the box score. The underlying stats were tremendous, and now he's kind of just solidified that by getting home with like sacks are so, it's like a touchdown. It's such a high variant thing. It's not a great leading indicator of how you're actually performing, but now he's converted some of the pressures into sacks. He's second in the league in quick pressures, which are pressures under 3 seconds. His time to pressure laps all other defensive ends. And now we have a situation where Fred Johnson steps in for Jordan Mailata. Jordan Mailata has been 60 PFFs. If you put PFF grades, he's the highest left tackle or offensive lineman in the league so far. Fred Johnson is not. If you look at offensive linemen who have allowed the most pressures this season, you see a bunch of guys at the top of the board who've played like 150, 300 plus snaps. Then there's our friend Fred Johnson. He has allowed the 4th most pressures in the league this season, 18, on 76 pass blocking snaps. Now he lines up against hopefully Brian Burns. There's going to be problems for this Eagles offense being able to kind of create the explosives that they want now that they got everybody healthy. So I think maybe an under could be of interest. Giants plus 3.5. I think, again, Steven's general consensus or thought here on the Eagles moving forward, I think is correct. In this spot, though, I think there is something to be said for at least a little bit more ceiling with what we've seen in this offense with Tracy in the backfield and with hopefully a healthy Neighbors. So 3.5 on the Giants would probably be my lean.
Las
Vegas. Sorry, Matt. Under's interesting for sure there. Yeah. And I just did the worst thing ever. I screwed up your intro twice. So
it's fine.
There goes all my momentum.
We're good. We're good. It's all right. Go buy that. Have you gone to Fanatics yet and bought that jersey? Guys, if you haven't done so already, upper right-hand corner of Lions.com is a free Discord. Go in, chat the games with everybody over there. And if you haven't visited 4for4 yet, you need to go in, go ahead, sign up. It's worth the money. Everything that you are getting is going to make you better. And that's all we're trying to do here is make you better, whether it be at fantasy, whether it be at betting, whether it be just at life in general. Live life like Steven. That's all. Just live life like Steven, and you are going to be a jolly, happy person out there for sure. For Ryan, for Steven, I'm Matt. Good luck on all your week 7 bets.